Morning guys, Matt here again in the coffee shop. So I put a post on Facebook and Instagram this morning about my wife doing these personalized coffee sleeves, and a person come up and I took that one of the sleeves and I put it on their coffee cup, and I read it and it said, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." And I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I gave them their coffee, and the whole idea behind these sleeves, and Casey doing them herself, is just to inspire people, to give people a smile on their face, and hopefully just, boost their day and stuff. So it definitely does me. Casey works on these, 2 or 3 hours a day, and then they're just, that she just stacks them up in here in the coffee shop, and she does, every one of these by hand, and it's really cool, and I love my wife, and I love that she does this, because it also inspires me, when I'm putting them on the coffee and stuff. And that one that said, be the change that you want to see in the world, isn't that so true? Like, there's so much talk that comes out of our mouths, mine, all of us that say, this needs to change, this needs to change. And it's like, what are we doing to make it change? Are we actually playing our part in the change? It's kind of like if you're driving down the road and you're always just like, gosh, I wish people would just quit littering. Are you getting out there and you picking up the trash? Are you trying to make a change and stuff like that? And that's just something that kind of comes to my head. There's so much more to being the change that you want to see in the world, and it can go 1,000 different ways. To our finances, to the smile on our face, to our physical fitness, but if just imagine a world where everyone had their own ideas of what they wanted a great world to be, a great country, a great state, whatever it is, and then we all strive towards that greatness. We all strive to be that change that we wanted to see, wouldn't that just be so awesome? I seen a post yesterday on social media where someone said, that they think that all CEOs of all companies should have to live for 1 year off of their lowest paid employee. And man, let me tell you, that right there, that kind of stuff right there just really gets to me. It's kind of like, because if young minds hear that, because I grew up in a family where we heard that, the rich is evil, people with money don't pay taxes, and you just hear all this stuff, and then you just say it, or we just say it as we grow up, and we don't really know, is it true, is it not true? Like, why should any CEO that worked hard, and I'm not saying all CEOs deserve to be where they are, but I'm gonna say that probably 90% of them have worked hard. They've missed countless nights of sleep. They have went above and beyond for the company they work for or the company they own to get in the position that they're in. And so, why should we say that they should live on less because they work so hard to get to where they want to be? If we want, and then how are we ever, like, a person to say that means that they never want to be successfully financially, I guess. Because if you think that a CEO should have to live on less, then what are you saying about yourself? Like, how could you ever say that and think that you would ever become successful? You're not going to. I root for CEOs. I root for business owners. I root for people that are making a difference in the world and that are going above and beyond. It doesn't mean that everybody who is wealthy is a good person, because there's a lot of them out there that are not, But I do have the desire to have a prosperous life, and for my kids to have a prosperous life. And it doesn't take money to have a prosperous life. We enjoy traveling and taking downtime and not making an income and stuff. But there's times where we all know we have to make an income. And in order to make an income, you got to work hard. You got to work harder than this person, harder than this person. You got to be smiling through it all. You got to be that change in the world that you want to see. And I guess this is almost like a little rant video, but not. I just want everyone to really think about it. Think about what you're saying. Think about who's sitting around and listening, And if there's something that you don't like in the world, make sure before you just get just an evil thought in your mind and you think that that's not good, you know, that maybe research it a little bit or something, you know. But if you want to have a good, successful life and you want to wake up and be happy, you know, there's certain things you got to do. That's one, you got to do something you like. There's going to always be times that you're going to have to do things you don't like, but strive to do something you like. If you've been doing the same thing for 10, 15, 20 years, working at a job you don't like, having to get up every single morning and go to a place that you are just not happy, you know, quit going there. Obviously, you have bills and you have this, you know, and insurance needs and all this stuff that's maybe keeping you from quitting. But maybe you could work 2 jobs that you love that would still fill those financial needs and stuff, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna post this video to YouTube just because I felt super inspired by reading my wife's coffee sleeve this morning that says, "Be the change in the world that you want to see." And I think that that's really needed. I think that's where what we all need to do, and I think that's what we definitely need to teach our younger adults, our young students, our young teenagers, you know, that like Casey always says, kindness is gangster, you know, and it truly is, you know. Another guy came up this morning, me and him was visiting about kindness, you know, and I can remember years in my life when I was at my job where I was not a kind person. I look back and I think, gosh, I wish I could get those years back, but I can't, you know. I put my head down and I worked really hard at a career that I didn't really enjoy, and looking back, you know, I wasn't the person that I wanted to be, you know. I said things to other people that I didn't want to. I cursed too much, and, you know, I just wasn't, I wasn't living a life like I would want to leave behind as my legend, you know. So, inspirational video for you guys. I hope you enjoy it, you know. Be the change in the world that you want to see, and live your best life. And come see us at our coffee shop, guys. We'll talk to you later. See ya.